Okay, this is our next video after the first part, and here we will start with the what is a document object model. So, I'm starting explanation. So, first we will read a definition, then we will understand the figure, what it sounds to convey. Okay, so the document object model says a tree diagram that shows how all the parts of the HTML web page are connected. Okay, the definition says the document object model DOM is a programming API, that is application programming interface for HTML and XML, extensible markup language documents. It defines the logical structure of documents and the way document is accessed and manipulated. The document object model DOM is programming API application programming interface for the HTML and XML, that is extensible markup language documents. It defines the logical structure of documents and the way a document is accessed. It is like tree of nodes, tree of nodes like this. It is accessed like this, then parts of that branch, then parts of that branch. This is the figure. This figure shows the hierarchical order from top to bottom. Hierarchical order, hierarchical order from the top to the bottom. Okay, hierarchical order from the top to bottom. In the first, there is a tab for document. Document is nothing but entire web page. This is the document. The HTML is the main container for all the content, content, and element is the info about the web page. And here the attribute is nothing but this pointing the destination. Okay, again reading the definition, the DOM document object model is a program API application programming interface for HTML and XML extensible markup language documents. It defines the logical structure of documents and the way document is accessed. This is the work of the document object model. It tells the way to access the code and manipulate it. Okay, for HTML and XML, extensible markup language. Next is data scraping. Data scraping is a process of collecting data from various web pages like this and scrapping using a software and converting it in a JSON or a CSV or any header file. Structured data in a file or database. Data scraping techniques can be used to collect public data from social media profiles and posts. However, scraping social media data may violate program terms of service, so it is essential to review and comply with their policies. That you have learned in the previous video about the crawlers. Web crawlers. What they do? They visit a website and goes to all the HTML, all the hyperlinks there, and arrange the thing according and giving them the index based on the priority list. First priority, like Google does in the case that was called. Like this, the data scraping is the same. Web scraping techniques can be used to collect public data from the social media profiles and the post. However, scrolling social media is scraping social media data may violate platform terms of service, so it is essential to review and comply with their policies. This is done in this way. So I am telling how the process starts, how the data scraping is done. You identify the website you want to scrape and specific information you needed. Then you might use a scraping tool or writing code to send a request to the website server. The server responds the website HTML content, responds with the website's HTML content, which the tool or the code then parses, means breaks, so that the computer understands to extract the desired data. Finally, the extracted data is saved in a structured format like in CSV file or JSON file, or it can be any other databases in the cloud. Moving on to the next. Next is ethical considerations. The data scraping is done, the document object model is done. The next is this one, essence ethical considerations. That includes the 7 things. So I'm first telling you the things. So when collecting data from the web and the social networks, consider these ethical considerations. First one is privacy. Respect user privacy and adhere to the privacy laws and regulations. Avoid collecting personal information without consent. Means it wants to convey that the privacy of the user must not be taken for granted, and the respect user privacy and adhere the privacy laws and regulations. The user's privacy may not be taken for granted. Next is terms of service. Terms of service. Review and comply with the terms of the service of the website and the social media platform. Some platforms explicitly prohibit data scraping. As they think of, these are not in the conditions of their ethical considerations. Next is data usage. Be transparent about how you intended to use the data and ensure it is for lawful and ethical purposes. The data must not be used for unethical uh, things. This is the picture you must be seen in here somewhere. Fourth one is data quality. Data quality ensures that the data you collect is accurate and reliable. Scrapers, error, or API limits can affect the data quality. Next is data storage. Data storage is sincerely store the data you collected to prevent the data breaches or unauthorized access. Next is frequency. Be mindful for the frequency of the data collection uh, to avoid overloading servers or violating platform rate limits. These are seven things you must keep in your mind and the ethical considerations while doing a data scraping. You must not use the personal data of anyone without their consent. Privacy of the user must not be taken for granted. Next is terms of service. Some website explicitly prohibit this thing, the data scraping part, because they think it hindrances with their users' data. Like of like you can think of Apple. And third one is the data uses. Be transparent and say the thing what you were why you were taking or the intention you were about for the data to be collected, and ensure it is ethical, it is for legal use. And fourth is the data quality must be maintained. The data quality can be hindered by the API or the scraper errors, and the data storage is secure storage of the data without any data breaches like cyber attacks or unauthorized access. Frequency is be mindful of the frequency of the data collection to avoid overloading servers or violating platform rates. So the seven things you must not. First is privacy must not be. Next is privacy, then terms of service. Next is your data usage, data usage, privacy, terms of service, data usage, privacy, terms of service, data usage, then data storage. Sorry, fourth one is data quality, then data storage, and fifth one sixth one is frequency. Data storage, fifth, sixth one is frequency, so that the collection may not be the collection you are doing must not be overloading servers or violating the platform rate limits. The data collection from the webs and the social media can provide valuable insight for various purposes such as market research, sentiment analysis, trend monitoring, and more. However, it is essential to follow ethical guidelines and legal requirements to ensure responsible data collection and usage. Data collection from the web and the social media networks can be provide valuable insights for various purposes such as the market research, sentiment analysis, and trend monitoring, and more. However, it is essential to follow the ethical guidelines and the legal requirements to ensure the responsible data collection and usage. Next is data cleaning. After ethical considerations, there is the data cleaning. Data cleaning, also known as the data cleansing or the data scrubbing, is a crucial step in data preparation process. It involves uh, identifying and correcting errors, inconsistencies, and inaccuracies in the databases to ensure that the data is accurate, complete, and reliable. Clean data is essential for effective data analysis, modeling, decision making. Here are the key steps for the considerations to be data cleaning. Here we will learn step by step how the data cleaning is done. So here I have learned the steps. Data cleaning is essential for effective data analysis, modeling, and decision making. If the data is wrong, the decision will be wrong. That will make losses to the company, and the model also wrong. The decisions making will be wrong. Everything incorrect data makes a company into losses. So the data analysts in the company gets the maximum amount of money in the company because they do a most crucial thing. So uh, it involves identifying and correcting errors, inconsistencies, and inaccuracies in the data. How we will do so? These are written now. Okay. Data inspection. Data inspection starts by examining the raw data to identify issues such as missing value, duplicates, or the outliers and formatting problems. What are outliers? You will learn about it in this video itself. Okay, so stay calm. Explore the data using the summary statistics, data visualization, and the data profiling techniques to get an initial understanding of its quality and characteristics. This is the data inspection, which is the start by examining the raw data and identifying the issues like is there any missing values, is there any duplicates in the data, is there any outliers in the data, or formatting problems are there in the data. Then exploring the data using the summary or the summary statistics and by making graphs and data profiling techniques like mean median mode and any other techniques like deviations we are doing. So to get an initial understanding of its quality and characteristics, this is called data inspection. Okay, this is the data inspection thing. Next is data cleaning. Data cleaning, first step is handling missing values. Here you have learned uh, that what it does, like missing value, duplicates, and formatting problems. Now you will learn how the data inspection is done in real life. So the first one in the data cleaning process is handling the missing values. Identifying missing values in the data sets and decide on an appropriate strategy for dealing with them. Handling the missing data is the most important step. so missing values in the data set and decide on an appropriate strategy for dealing with the data. Okay. Options for handling data include uh, imputation, means replacing missing values with estimated values, removing rows or columns with the missing data, or using the algorithmic that can handle missing data. So there are three things. First one is first one is uh, imputation. Imputation means replacing the missing value with estimated value. You estimate the values. Another one is removing the rows or columns with the missing data. Remove all the columns, all the rows, all the columns with that missing data rows. If this data X is missing, so you must remove this row and this column to divide the problem, and you can do what, you can replace this X as some estimated value that must be correct, then it will work correctly, other than it will be wrong. Third one is you can use an algorithm that can handle the data. You can use algorithm to handle the data. Okay. Next is data dealing with the duplicates. Detect and remove the duplicate records or the rows from the data sets. Duplicates can skew analysis results, and skew analysis results means when you will learn the skewness, there are two types of skewness. One is this one is negative skewed, and this one is positive skewed. If the data is duplicate, then the skewness will be there. Okay, this is positive, and this one is negative. It will create skewness based on maximum data in that part. Okay, duplicates can skew the data results and lead to inaccuracies. Ensure that your defined criteria for the identifying duplicacies, such as matching on specific columns or the attributes. Ensure that you will define criteria for identifying duplicacies, such as matching with the specific columns or attributes. Okay. Next is how to handle the outliers. You have learned what to do in case of missing data. You have learned about the duplicates of the data. Now we will learn the outliers. Third one of the data inspection part. Handling outliers, identify the outliers, which is the data points significant different from the majority of the data. The outliers are the sort of thing like this. You will learn about this thing. Okay, this sort of thing looks like that one. And the outliers, if this is the range of the data, this one, the outliers false here means if it's outside the range of the data, then it will be set to as outlier. There is a formula for that one. 1.5 minus sorry, q1 minus 1.5 iqr, comma, q3 plus 1.5 iqr. You will later on learn what are outliers, what are q1, what are 1.5 iqrs. Okay, don't be panic about that. And now, just remember the sentence. Handling outliers means identifying the outliers from the dataset significantly different from the majority of the data. Decide whether to remove the outliers, transform them, or to leave them in the dataset depending on the nature of the data. You can do three things based on this. You can remove the outliers, you can transform them, you can leave them in the dataset. You can transform them, you can remove them, even leave them on the dataset. Leave them, let it. And the fourth point in the data inspection is standardizing and formatting. Standardizing the data formats, units, and representations to ensure consistency. Convert data types as needed. Example, converting text to uh, to numeric text, converting text to numeric, dates to consistent format. You will learn everything in more detail. Okay, don't be panic now. Next is iterative data. Iterative data is nothing but data cleaning is often an iterative process that may require multiple rounds of cleaning and validations, continuously assessing the impact of the cleaning on data quality and data results. Okay, what they wants to convey. Iterative process tells that the data cleaning is often an iterative process. Data cleaning may be an iterative process. Okay. Okay. This started from the data cleaning part. And the overview is the representation of the comprehensive guide to the data cleaning and referred to as the data cleaning or scrubbing. It outlines the definition and importance of the process, details on specific technical steps for cleaning the data, and introduces various softwares used to automate or assist in these tasks. So, the core concepts are the first half of the thing is given, and the definition and the importance what it is, the process involving identifying and correcting the errors, inconsistencies, and inaccuracies in to the ensure data are accurate, complete, and reliable. Why it matters? The cleaning of the data is prerequisite for the effective analysis and the decision making. While time consuming, it ensures reliable results, and the process it is described as an iterative process required multiple steps or multiple rounds of cleaning and validation to assess impacts on data quality. Okay. Next is key steps in data cleaning. Uh, First one is the data inspection, the initial steps involving examining raw data from missing values, duplicacies, and outliers using the summarizing statistics and Profiling the techniques handling missing data is the point and the data inspection first point. It says strategically include identifying missing values and choosing to impute them, replace with the estimates, removing the affected rows on columns, or use the algorithm that can handle it automatically. Next is that dealing with the duplicacies. This involves detecting and removing the duplicate records based on the and specific criteria. For example, matching columns to prevent skewed analysis. Next is handling outliers. Analysts must identify the data points that differ significantly from the majority and decide whether to remove and transform or keep the data as it is. Okay, these are the 4 points. Okay, moving on. Next is the standardizing and formatting. Standardizing and formatting they ensures the consistency in the units and represents the dates and involves converting the data types from text to numeric. Next is correcting inconsistencies, and this specially ensures consistency in the units. Okay, sorry. Correcting the inconsistencies means this especially addresses correcto uh, categorical data such as fixing misspellings or mapping variations to common sets of characteristics. Next is data transformation. Techniques include scaling, normalization, encoding, characterographical variables, and features engineering, creating new variables from the existing ones. Data validation is the final check, ensures data conforms to expect patterns or the constraints, flagging any remaining errors. Correcting the inconsistencies is the next step. Identifying and rectifying the inconsistencies and the character of the data, such as misplaced categories and variations in naming conversions. Standardize or the data characterographical values to common set of character categories. Then is data transformation. Performs data transformation such as scaling, normalization, or encoding the characterial uh, variables to make the data suitable for analysis or modeling. Feature engineering can also be a part of the step to create new variables or features for existing ones. Next is data implementation, implementing various checks to ensure that the data conforms exact patterns, ranging constant, flag, or correct data points that do not meet the validation criteria. This is the figure for that one. And the data cleaning is crucial prerequisite for effective data analysis. The quality of the insights and the decisions depends on the quality of the data. It is time consuming task, but investigating throughout the data pays off in terms of more reliable results and better informed decisions. This is the figure. You can understand the whole thing from this figure itself. This is enough to understand everything. Data cleaning is crucial for the prerequisite for effective data analysis, such as the data insights and the decision depending on the quality of the data. It is a time consuming process task, but investing throughout the data cleaning pays off in terms of more reliable results and better informed decisions. Tools for data cleaning are OpenRefine formerly Google Refine. Okay, this is a Google data cleaner, open source data cleaning tool with user-friendly interface, provides features of data transformation, clustering, and reconciliation. Okay, conciliation. Sorry for my pronunciations. Supports various data formats like CSV, comma separated values, Excel, JSON, JavaScript oriented notation, and XML, extensible markup language. And these are the things that the Google Refine, Google formerly Google Refine uses. Means these formats are acceptable by the Google Refine. These are the things you are getting when you done the steps of data scraping. Can you remember the thing? After many websites, by using the web scraping software, you have extracted the data that is saved in the format of CSV or the Excel or JSON or XML forms. This is the process by which Google OpenRefine uses the data uh, for analysis. This is in data of South Korea, estimating the funding amount. These are million billion dollars. So these are used by the governments or the private companies to analyze many things. You can see from here many things. It can text, JSON files, markup, JSON, many types of file, turtle files, CSV files, many. You can take in many. You can understand this interface on the later. You will have no use for this part now. You will be learning it later on. Moving on, tools for data cleaning is Trifecta, a commercial data cleaning and wrangling platform with user-friendly visual interface, offers data profiling, transformation, and automated cleaning capabilities, support integrated with various data sources and warehouses. This is the process. This is the cloud or the on-premises, the file storage, everything, the process. Okay, so the tools for the data cleaning often refine format. Google description is it can use various types of visual demo. If you want more explanation in that, you will be knowing this. So it is a visual demo. A detailed screenshot displays a project titled as US Foreign Aid Green Book. This one is the project name here. Okay, Green Book. It highlights a specific cleaning challenge, reconciling inconsistent country names. For example, South Korea N, North Korea, N Korea, like this, many names. In standardizing funding agencies, and in another column, it's the Department of Agriculture, for example, this one. Then their funding amounts are given. So here the import features, the interface shows parsing options for separating columns to commas, by commas, CSV, or the tabs TSV, and handling header lines. Trifecta is nothing but a commercial platform focused on data wrangling and cleaning with visual interface and automated cleaning capabilities. And a diagram here illustrates that moving from the file storage through the trifecta engine. This is the first step. This is the trifecta engine and trifecta execution engine. This is trifecta execution engine. Execution engine to the browser based on users, resulting in full database execution or simple iterations. Data Wrangler by Stanford, a database tool, a web-based data cleaning tool developed by Stanford University, allows users to explore, clean, and transform data through an intuitive interface, generates cleaning scripts that can be applied to other datasets, and Open Data Kit is ODK, open source software suites for mobile data collection and management, useful for collecting clean and structured data in the field, supports data validation and predefined data types. This is the Data Wrangler by Stanford, a web-based tool developed by the Stanford University that allows the exploration and transformation capable of generating reusable cleaning scripts, and the Open Data Kit ODK is the open source suite for mobile data collection, useful for collecting structured clean data directly from the field using predefined types validation. First one is the ODK build, that is form development. Then is ODK collect, that is field data collection. Then is ODK aggregate, that is data analysis and visualization. Then is exchange, inter computer data exchange and cloud storage. These are the steps. Okay. Next is the tools for data cleaning. That is tiny data. Tidy data. Tidy data describes a standard way of storing data, MATLAB and others. We will be learning about what is MATLAB in the further videos. First one is Pandas. Pandas is the Python library, a widely used Python library for data manipulation and analysis, offers powerful data cleaning and transformational functions, ideal for scripting and custom data cleaning tasks. Next is R. You will be learning about these languages. R is a rich ecosystem packages such as DYL DPLYR, data manipulation, and DIDAR to simplify the data processes of creating tidy data that is commonly used for data cleaning and data manipulation. It is a popular choice for the statisticians and the data analysts. The R programming language, Pandas, R programming language, and Excel. Excel is mostly used by the many individuals. Microsoft Excel offers various data cleaning and transformation features, including the data validation, sorting, filtering, and task function that is often used for basic data cleaning tasks. Microsoft Excel is used for basic data cleaning tasks. It is used for advanced, and the Pandas is also used for advanced things. Then is data normalization. Data normalization refers to data normalization refers to the process of scaling numeric data to a standardized range or the distribution, typically to make it easier to compare and analyze various variables with different units or the scales. The goal of normalization is to bring all the numeric features or the variables to a common scale while preserving the relative relationships between the data points. This is primarily important in various data analysis and machine learning techniques, and it is helps in preventing variables with large scales for dominating the analysis. Okay, this is an original data. When we do standardization, I'm writing it. When we do standardization, standardization, the original data converts to a normalized data, and the graph from this it converts to this normalized form. Now I will discuss how you will doing the normalization. Okay, okay, let's get started with the normalization part. This is purely mathematical. So give the heading common methods for normalization in data analytics. Common methods for data normalization in data analytics. Okay, this is the minimum maximum scaling. That is the normalization. Okay, that is the normalization. It is nothing but rescaling data to a specific range. Rescaling data to a specific range, usually between 0 to 1. Normalized is equal to x minimum, x minus x minimum by x maximum minus x minimum. This is rescaling the data to a specific range, usually between 0 and 1. The value will then fall in between 0 and 1. So, the of the method is sensitive to outliers. Method is totally sensitive to the outliers edge. Extreme values. Extreme values can disproportionately affect the spelling. Okay, this is the thing. This is the formula you must remember. This is x normalized equal to x minus x minimum by x maximum minus x minimum. Next thing to be given in heading is the Z score. Z score standardization. It rescale data to have a mean, average of 0 and a standardized standard deviation. Standard deviation is 1. It simply says mean must be 0, standard deviation must be 1. So X standardized, one is normalized, another one is standardized. You are now thinking of why do we do the normalization and when to do the standardization. As the definition says, the normalization is when you do a especially rescaling the data to a specific range when you are doing that thing. That is to rescale it in between zeros and one. It is the X normalization, and when you rescale the data uh, to have a mean with zero value and standard deviation with 1, that is the standardization. X standardized equal to x minus x mean by x standard deviation. That is x minus mean by sigma. This is the thing. The Z score standardization is robust to the outliers and is commonly used to the statistically analysis and machine learning algorithms to principal component analysis. We will learn about this in further videos about the definitions of the PCS and learn further what are PCS in our next semester, semester 2. The robust to the outliers and is commonly used to used to strategically analyze and ML methods to principal component analysis. Okay, now we will learn I think that is very important to understand. Okay, next is the data processing. The importance of the data processing is is we know that the data correction is a crucial process in the field of the data management and analysis. It involves identifying and rectifying errors or inconsistencies. Like thousands of times, this definition was given in this PPT on the presentation. So, data sets to ensure that the data accurately represents the real world phenomenon. Uh, it is intended to be described. The importance of the data correction can be understood through several key points. Now you will understand by various steps how much way uh, correct data is important for data means data processing, pre-processing. This is before the before processing of the data. Okay, so this tells that as we have know that the data collection is a crucial process in the field of the data management. So data management and analysis, it involves identifying and rectifying errors or inconsistencies in the data set to ensure that the data accurately represents the real world phenomena intended to describe. Data management and analysis, it involves identifying and rectifying errors or the errors or inconsistencies in the data sets to ensure inconsistencies in the data sets, rectifying the errors to ensure that the data accurately represents the real world phenomenon. It like I've already discussed about the four steps of data cleaning. So that includes the data inspection, then the handling missing data, that handling the duplicacies, handling the outliers, and standardizing and formatting things already discussed. The importance of the data collection can be used by several steps. The first is accurate decision making. The need of the correct data is the accurate decision making. It is important for the accurate decision making. Correct data is the fundamental tool for making informed and uh, accurate decisions, whether it is in business, science, healthcare, or any other domain. Uh, Decision based on the erroneous data can lead to poor outcomes, financial losses, and even safety risks. and many more. Wrong data leads to many inaccuracies in the decision making. So the correct data is most important in case of uh, correct data is most important in case of fundamental tools for making informed and accurate decisions. Uh, so, whether it is in the business, whether it is in science, healthcare, or any other domains, decision based on the erroneous data can lead to poor outcomes, financial losses, and even safety risk and many more. This can cause many problems. Safety risks also, life hazardous if a wrong data is there. No, isn't it? So, next point is this is the first need of the corrected data, accurate decision. It helps. Second one is the data quality and cost saving. Third point also is there. This is the second point. This is the third point. The high quality of the data is essential for the success of the data driven projects. The data with the error can lead to skewed analysis, misleading insights, and flawed models. Data correction helps improve data quality, making it more reliable and trustworthy. The data quality is most important. After the corrected information, the data quality is in the second number that is most important. Next is the erroneous data can result in costly mistakes. For instance, incorrect billing information can lead to financial losses in businesses. Correcting the data errors prevents such financial losses, insufficient inefficiencies, and more money in long run. Okay, more money in long run. How do the data analytics, data scientists spend their time? The data scientists spend their time by this preparing the data. They uses 60% of the time in preparing the data. Then finding the data, they use 19% of the time. Okay, it is not visible. 19% of the time they has 60%, and for using the data they use 20%. And the data automation takes uh, using the data for 70, preparing the data for 20% of the time, and finding the data is for 10%. Is This is done by so-called AI. Okay, importance of the correct data, regulations and trusts. This is the fourth point. First one is the informed decision. Second one is it hinders the data quality. Third one is it is cost effective. It leads to financial losses if there is incorrect data. Creates huge losses. Then is trust and regulations. Organization that consistency provides accurate data are more likely to win the trust of the stakeholders, customers, and the partners. Trust is the crucial in building and maintaining relationships, and the data correction plays a key role in upholding this trust. The correct data will make reputation and trust with the stakeholders, with the customers, and the partners also. It creates trust. Okay, corrected data have huge importance. This is the fifth one. Legal and company and compliance requirements. In many industries, there are legal and regulatory requirements related to the data accuracy and integrity. Failure to the corrected data can result error in compliance, legal consequences, and even fines. Incorrected datas are incorrected datas are very dangerous. In many industries, there are legal and regulatory requirements that related data to be data accuracy and integrity. Failure to the correct data errors can result in no compliance, means it can result in mm, means death, also results for incorrect data, or illegal consequences like jail. Means if uh, anyone does the thing, the incorrect data, it can sentence to death, to jail, or uh, give some fine for that causing that problem for failure of the correct data. So the factors affecting are, till now we have read. We will revise again and again, other than we forget. First one is first one is at informed decisions. Second is uh, your second is the mm, second is third is cost effective, and your second is nothing but it oh, I'm forgetting that term. Second is okay, the data quality must not be hindered. Data quality. Third one is it creates relationship with the customers, partners, and the stakeholders. Fifth one is legal, legal and compliance requirements. Okay. Next is efficiency. Correct data can streamline the operation and processes. For example, when searching for the information, employees do not waste their time searching for the inaccurate or the duplicate records. This increases the operational efficiency. The corrected data increases the efficiency of the employers, because incorrect data may lead to wastage of a lot of time. No, these are things you can write on your own. Seventh is improved analytics. Improved analytics says that the data correction enhances the accuracy of the data used for the analytics and reporting. Accurate analytics can lead to better insights and forecasting and strategic planning and helping organizations stay competitive. Correct data will help to improved analytics. Improved analytics to having this helps them the organization to be stay competitive with the other companies. Next is 5 1 2 1 then it is 8 data integration. In case where the data is integrated from for multiple sources, the data collection is essential to ensure consistency and coherence across the integrated data sets. Inconsistencies between the sources of the data can lead to confusion and errors. Okay, that can create confusion and errors also. Customer satisfaction accurate data is crucial for delivering quality products and services. Incorrect customer data can result in shipping errors, missed opportunity, and poor quality experiences. Okay, next is machine learning and the data analytics. In the context of the data sciences and analytics and machine learning, the quality of the data training is paramount. Data correction is the crucial step in data pre-processing pipelines to ensure that the models that trained on accurate and representative data, leading to the better predictive performance. So, what are the 10 we studied till now? First one is accurate decision making. Second one is it requires some data quality. Next is the data saving. Sorry, cost effective, cost saving. Or then it is creates trust and reputation. Then is legal and compliance requirements. Then is data efficiency leads to employers efficiency from wasting the time, and the improved analytics can help the companies to stay competitive. Eighth one is data integration. It will have help the multiple sources the data collection essential to ensure the consistency and coherence across the integrated data sets and inconsistencies. Ninth one is the customer satisfaction. It creates satisfaction among the customers. So the long-term planning organizations often rely on the historical data for long-term planning and forecasting. Data collection ensures that the historical data is accurate and possible, leading to the more reliable projections for future. So data analytics, okay, sorry. So the data analytics, the field that determines and positions systems on the server. I will attach this PDF in the comments in the description. You can learn it from there. Basic features of data analysis. This is and transforming and useful insights and patterns and the trends to perform the data analytics effectively. You can set out the basic features and tools essential for features for data analytics. This is the process. Set features can see. Next is the basic features for the data collection, gathering relevant and various sources in the in read anything descriptive. Okay, so okay. Thank you for this video.